Welcome to the Bullvine podcast, your go-to source for inside stories, cutting-edge research, and the latest updates in the world of dairy farming. In our 147th episode, we take a look at the secrets to running a large-scale dairy operation. So please grab a glass of milk, sit back, and let's get started with this episode.
Welcome to the Bullvine, your go-to podcast for all things dairy. I'm Douglas, and with me today is my co-host Bella. We've got an exciting episode lined up for you, focusing on large-scale dairy operations and how to revolutionize them with cutting-edge technology.
That's right, Douglas. Today, we're diving deep into the world of 5,000-head dairy farms and exploring how modern tech and time-tested wisdom can transform these operations. We'll be discussing everything from robotic milking to AI health monitoring and precision feeding.
Absolutely, Bella. This is a topic that's close to my heart. I remember when my grandpa used to milk 50 cows by hand. Now we're talking about farms with 5,000 cows and robots doing the milking. It's mind-boggling how far we've come, and the numbers speak for themselves. Cows today produce 30% more milk than they did 50 years ago, and farms using new technology can increase milk production by up to 30%. That's a game changer for large operations. Let's break down some of these technologies and how they're revolutionizing dairy farming. First up, we have robotic milking systems, or what the industry calls automatic milking systems, AMS. I remember when these first hit the market. Some farmers were skeptical, but now they're becoming more common, especially in large operations. These systems allow cows to be milked on their own schedule, often increasing milking frequency to 3 to 4 times daily. This not only boosts milk yield, but also improves overall farm efficiency. In fact, these systems can increase milk yield per cow by an impressive 28.5%. I actually visited a farm in Wisconsin recently that saw their annual milk production per cow jump from 7,000 liters to 9,000 liters after adopting robotic milking systems. That's a 28.5% increase in productivity. But robotic milking is just the tip of the iceberg. Large-scale dairy farms are also embracing IoT sensors and AI-powered analytics to monitor everything from cow health to feed levels in real time. When I first heard about IoT and AI in farming, I thought it was science fiction, but now it's becoming the norm. These advanced systems enable early detection of health issues through continuous monitoring. They can optimize feeding schedules based on individual cow needs, accurately predict calving times for improved reproductive management, and even monitor milk quality parameters in real time. It's like having a team of super smart farmhands that never sleep. I heard that AI-powered systems can now detect subtle changes in cow behavior and physiology, predicting health issues up to 48 hours before visible symptoms appear. That's incredible for preventing diseases and maintaining herd health.
You're absolutely right, Douglas. And speaking of herd health, managing 5,000 cows requires a delicate balance between operational efficiency and ensuring the well-being of each animal. Large-scale dairy operations are implementing advanced health monitoring systems to maintain optimal herd health. We're seeing things like wearable sensors that track individual cow activity, rumination, and body temperature. There are automated systems for early detection of mastitis, lameness, and metabolic disorders. And of course, precision feeding programs based on individual cow nutritional requirements and production stage. This reminds me of a conversation I had with Dr. Paul Johnson, a veterinarian specializing in large-scale dairy operations. He told me daily insights into cow health are invaluable. Our integrated computer system and rumination collars allow us to swiftly detect potential infections or metabolic issues, often before they become clinical problems. It's clear that these technologies are not just about increasing production, but also about improving animal welfare. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about breeding and genetics. In a 5,000 cow operation, strategic breeding and genetic selection are crucial for maintaining high productivity. Modern farms are utilizing genomic testing for selecting superior genetics and breeding more efficient cows. They're also using sexed semen technology for targeted gender selection in offspring and embryo transfer technologies for rapid genetic improvement and herd expansion. But let's not forget about sustainability, Douglas. it's becoming increasingly important in large-scale dairy operations. Sustainability is no longer optional. It's a necessity for the long-term viability of large dairy operations. Many large-scale farms are now using anaerobic digesters for biogas production from manure, which can reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 85%. They're also implementing water recycling systems that can reduce freshwater use by 50 to 90%. Precision feeding is another area where we're seeing significant improvements, with potential to reduce nitrogen and phosphorus excretion by 20 to 30%.
That's impressive, Bella. I've also seen farms installing solar panels to reduce their carbon footprint and implementing cover cropping to improve soil health. It's great to see the industry taking such proactive steps towards sustainability. Now let's talk about the human element in these high-tech environments. Even with all this advanced automation, people remain the backbone of successful large-scale dairy operations. In my experience, the most successful large dairy farms are those that invest in their people. They implement clear organizational structures, provide ongoing training and development programs, and focus on worker safety and well-being. They're also using data-driven performance metrics to incentivize and reward productivity. But I'm curious, how do you think large dairy operations can balance the need for automation with maintaining a skilled and engaged workforce? I think it comes down to viewing technology as a tool to enhance human capabilities, not replace them. Farms need to invest in training programs that help workers adapt to new technologies and develop the skills needed to manage and maintain these systems. It's also crucial to create a culture that values both technological innovation and human expertise. Now, let's talk about the financial side of things. Running a 5,000-head dairy farm requires some serious financial management skills. The economics of scale in dairy farming are fascinating. Did you know that large-scale farms can reduce the cost per ton of milk by up to 66% compared to smaller farms? They're implementing detailed budgeting and cost control measures using advanced financial software. They're also conducting regular financial analysis and performance tracking against industry benchmarks. Many are developing strategic plans for capital investments and expansion based on market trends and farm data. And of course, they're employing risk management strategies through diversification and financial hedging instruments.
It sounds like running a large-scale dairy farm is as much about being a savvy business person as it is about being a good farmer. And as we look to the future, several trends are shaping the landscape of large-scale dairy farming. We're seeing increased adoption of robotics and automation across all farm operations, a growing emphasis on sustainability and environmental stewardship, and a rising importance of data-driven decision-making and predictive analytics. It seems like the dairy industry is at the forefront of agricultural innovation. How do you think these trends will reshape the competitive landscape for large-scale dairy operations in the next decade? And what new skills do you think farm managers will need to develop to succeed in this evolving landscape?
Well, Bella, I think we're going to see a continued shift towards larger, more technologically advanced operations. Farms that can effectively integrate these new technologies and management practices will have a significant competitive advantage. We'll likely see increased consolidation in the industry as smaller farms struggle to keep up with the capital investments required for these technologies. As for the skills farm managers will need, I think they'll need to become more tech-savvy, with a good understanding of data analytics and how to use AI and IoT systems effectively. They'll also need strong financial management skills to navigate the complexities of running such large operations. Additionally, sustainability expertise will become increasingly important as consumers and regulators focus more on environmental issues.
Those are great insights, Douglas. As we wrap up this episode, what would you say is the bottom line for our listeners who might be considering scaling up their dairy operations?
Well, Bella, I'd say that running a 5,000-head dairy farm demands a sophisticated blend of traditional knowledge and cutting-edge technology. Success in this evolving industry hinges on embracing innovation, prioritizing sustainability, and focusing relentlessly on efficiency and animal welfare. Whether you're considering robotic milking, AI-powered health monitoring, or optimized feed management, every technological upgrade can lead to significant gains. To our listeners out there, we hope this episode has given you some food for thought about the future of large-scale dairy farming. Remember, don't just wait for the future of dairy farming, shape it. Are you ready to take that first step towards a more efficient, sustainable, and profitable dairy operation? The future is waiting for you. Thanks for tuning in to the Bullvine. I'm Douglas.
And I'm Bella. Until next time, keep innovating and happy farming.
Thank you for tuning in to the Bullvine podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's insightful discussion. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Catch you next time on the Bullvine podcast, where bovine expertise and community come together.